Should Danny Welbeck be coming to Manchester United and not Chelsea? Is this another sign of a lack of ambition? Or is it an old player United should be steering clear of? Tchouaméni, a raft of information coming in on him tonight. We'll get the latest on that. And is this the deal that Man United are waiting to do? Is this why they won't move on Koné, or they won't move on Scott, or they won't move on anybody else because they feel there's a chance to get Tchouaméni? Absolute embarrassing how Carrick beat all the odds last season and turned the ship around, got us into top four, and as a reward he gets Everton-type tier signings. Absolutely that. Absolutely that. I didn't even want Carrick to get the job, but absolutely that. I said when he got the job, I'll back him. I hope the board back him. They made a controversial decision giving the job to Carrick. When they gave the job to Carrick, I backed him. And a lot of people who don't want Carrick said, I'll back him. And I backed him as well. But the people who made the controversial decision haven't fucking backed him. How ironic is that? I didn't even want Carrick. And I said, now he's got it, I'm going to back him. They fucking won't. They don't back him. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Can we afford not to sign Tchouaméni, says Chris? Well, we definitely can't afford to sign him at the moment. Why is Man United taking so much time with Koné, says Andy? I think that they're thinking they can still do something dramatic. Lots of words just for we buying cheap only, says Mario Franco. And Numi says, the more we hear, the clearer it is United will get someone like Sanderberg. What a shame for the club with this history. Buy cheap, buy twice. ADB says, keep up the good work. The way things are going, Ineos won't need a new stadium. The gates will drop and it's of their own making. And Mrs. Stone says, playing the devil's advocate, I really believe we need to spend to get best in class, but paying players high wages is a problem. If they flop, we can never move them on and they leech off United. But Mrs. Stone, is that not the same as saying, I don't want to get married because if I get divorced, I'm going to have to split the house? You know, make the right choice. Anything can flop. What if Arsenal sign Bruno Guimaraes and he flops? You know, it's not a reason not to sign good players. And ultimately, I suppose the best way of explaining it is Man United need 3 or 4 top class players. If you're going to say we're never going to buy them because we're worried about them flopping, we're always going to need 3 or 4 top class players. So where are these top class players coming from if we're not going to take a risk on signing them? Surely it's going to be more expensive, like somebody said there, buying cheap, buying twice. The latest on Tchouaméni, right? Remember that. Well, I will never stop blowing the trumpet of this community and what we've built, and you're going to see in the coming weeks the enormity of what we've built and the next level. And it's very exciting. But I said to you this morning that I'd been told last night that Chelsea is where Scott's going to go if he's going to go anywhere, not Man United. This afternoon on the Athletic podcast, I think it was Laurie Whitwell literally said Chelsea's the most likely destination. So more good information that we got first. On Tchouaméni, told you we've had very, very good information around him. We told you that deal was off when some people thought it was on. The contract was announced about a week later. We told you in March before that there was an opportunity for Man United if they were willing to push for it and Real Madrid wanted to sell. So we've been telling you that this deal is not on. It's not happening unless something major happens. However, this is where we are today. Jamie Jackson started it off in the Guardian by saying that in order to sign Rodri, Real Madrid may need to generate finance, which could mean the sale of Tchouaméni. It is thought the midfielder signed the new contract. However, nothing has been announced, with his current deal ending in 2 years. Maybe a little bit of hope. Then we've had more coming out around this. Basically, Andy Mitten saying that Tchouaméni is very happy at Madrid, but if a club don't want you, and I've currently got no evidence that Real Madrid don't want Tchouaméni, situations can change, but there would still be a lot of obstacles here as well. So Andy Mitten basically saying, look, Real Madrid wants to stay in Madrid, and the indication is that Madrid want to keep him, and even if they didn't, there'd still be a lot of obstacles, which would be the financial situation. We've then had an update from the Manchester Evening News saying although Tchouaméni is a dream signing for Manchester United and they would absolutely make an offer if they received the right signals from Madrid on price, the internal feeling is that if Madrid were willing to sell, he would not be available at a price United could meet. Manchester United sources were adamant that a deal for Tchouaméni isn't realistic due to the cost involved. The internal feeling is that if Madrid were willing to sell, he would not be available at a price United could meet. Tchouaméni is a dream signing, and that would absolutely make an offer if they got the right price. But whether they're willing to sell at all remains to be seen. So I think ultimately what we've ended up with Tchouaméni is what we've been saying, isn't it? That United would sell if he was cheap, but even if he does come around, even if he did become available, it would be too expensive for us. So, yeah, I mean, I literally said this to you last night, didn't I? It's Scott, it's Anderson, it's Tonali, it's Fernandes, it's Tchouaméni, it's Wharton. You know, every single player is out of our price range, and I mean, when you're trying to rebuild a midfield and you're turning your back on 6 good players because you don't want to pay for it, it's a travesty, actually, isn't it? I've only just sort of, sometimes you speak and then you hear for the first time. You know, Anderson, Tonali, Fernandes, Bruno Guimaraes, Tchouaméni, Scott. That's 6 players, 6 midfielders. If you bought all 6, that'd be enough for Liverpool and Man United. It'd be 3 each. 6 midfielders, of which we would bite your left arm off for one of them to be our final midfielder. 6 midfielders. 6. And we won't go near any of them because of price. I mean, that how can you ever be successful when you turn your back on 6 good midfield options? 6. I mean, also, can I just say, how many times do you get a midfield market where there's 6 really good options and you don't get any of them? It's shocking. It's pathetic. As I said last night, it's absolutely pathetic. And as Lee Berman says, best in class. Yeah, I mean, I saw a thread this morning about lies that United... I mean, in fact, I'll read it out to you. Here we go. Somebody just put something out this morning and I was like, you know, it really is long overdue that people start putting out a thread of all the provable lies we can prove against the Glazers and Ineos. But best in class has got to be numero 1. You know, that sometimes a rumour starts from the media. Sometimes a rumour starts from the fans. You know, sometimes a transfer target has got nothing to do with the club. It's just what the fans want. But no fan said best in class. Should we go for Koné now? Or should we wait on Tchouaméni? And I think, I might be wrong on this, but I think Beth said she'd wait on Tchouaméni. I definitely wouldn't. And look, I understand why Beth would say it, and understand why some of you would say it, and you don't know what we know, but I would not be waiting on Tchouaméni. Waiting on Tchouaméni, right? Koné wants to come and is available now. Tchouaméni wants to stay at Real Madrid, and Real Madrid want to keep him. If you wait 2-3 weeks hoping that Real Madrid want to sell him, you then got to pay a big fee and a big wage, and other clubs will go for him as well. Read the room. He wants to stay at Real Madrid. Read the room. They want to keep him. Do you want to take that gamble with 2 weeks left in the window? I just think get on with it. It's been a pathetic transfer window. Don't make it any worse. Get on with it. Get what you can and get on with the season. Look, I think it's a tough season ahead of us, but you never know. We might get surprised, but we will make it worse if we don't get on with this window. Get what you can and get on with the season. I don't think we can really end up with a transfer window that's a 7 or 8 out of 10 anymore, but we can certainly get a 5 or a 6. But if we fuck about, we could end up with a 2 or a 3. So I would grab what you can now. I would get Koné, get a left back, get a backup striker, and get on with the season. I certainly wouldn't be waiting. But I do get the feeling, optimistically or not, I do get the feeling United are still hoping that they can just grab something where they can go, look at us. maybe for the documentary, maybe for the kit sales. I do get the feeling they want something where they can go, look at what we're doing. I do, and I don't think I'm wrong saying that. So look, it sounds like they're gonna wait a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. Hamad says, I find it interesting that the all or nothing cameras are there while United's transfer window has been fairly quiet. I certainly think, look, we will. Somebody said to me today, do you think they are selling to buy? Do you think we need to sell to buy? And I don't think we have to sell to buy. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Stay safe. I'm back with you at 10 o'clock tomorrow, unless something else happens. How ironic would it be on the night I say it never happens, something could happen, but I'm not really hearing anything. Take care. I'll speak to you on the next one.